Now we are looking at failure, how to face failure and still win. How to face failure and win. And we're going to take it interactively. We are not going to rush it, even if it takes us 2 or 3 sessions to conclude. We will do that. We want it to be a source of blessing, like I said before, to us, and something we can apply to our businesses, our daily activities. Failure, number 1, is an inability to meet an expectation, irrespective of the results that you achieve. Once you have fallen short of your own expectations, it is mission not accomplished. It is failure. It is an inability to achieve a set goal, a goal that you have identified, you have enumerated, and then even when by other standards you have succeeded, because you did not achieve that set goal, you deem that the effort was a failure. But as long as you are still trying and attempting, there is no failure. As long as you keep at it and you are striving to achieve that goal, it is not a failure. Failure, like we said, is not fatal. Failure is not a stop sign. Rather, it is a signboard. Failure only lets you know what you should avoid doing. Failure is only a stepping stone towards the goal that you have set for yourself. So, in life, really, there are no failures. Those who fail are those who quit. And those who succeed are those who failed but did not quit. So there is no person who is born a failure. There is no person who is destined to fail. As long as you keep at it, as long as you're on that journey, you have succeeded already. And we have said it that success itself is not a destination. Success is a journey. So as long as you're on that journey, you are going to encounter learning points. You are going to encounter stepping stones. You are going to encounter building challenges that will strengthen you for the goals ahead. Factors that may lead to failure, why people quit, is 1, a lack of purpose or vision. A lack of purpose or vision. Where there is no vision, the people perish. Where there is no purpose, there is nothing to aim for. When your endeavors are purpose-driven, failures are simply temporary setbacks. They cannot deter you. They cannot stop you. They can only redirect you. Because you cannot stop until that purpose is fulfilled, until the purpose is achieved. It is your purpose, and only you can choose to abandon that purpose. As long as you are on course pursuing that purpose, you have succeeded already. Don't give up. Don't let up. Don't give in. Don't abandon the cause, because if you do, nobody else will. Therefore, why are you on that journey in the first place? There will be accidents, there will be collisions, there will be oppositions, there will be stoppages. That should not lead to an abandonment, but rather it should lead to a stronger resolve to overcome, to conquer, and to succeed. Lack of a vision is by far the strongest reason why people fail. Because there is no pull, there is nothing pulling them. They keep pushing and pushing until they are totally exhausted. Where there is a vision, the vision exerts a magnetic pull on the visioner. And you find yourself, even when you are tired, even when you are beaten, even when you are abandoned, even when you are helpless, you find yourself being pulled towards the vision, because the vision itself takes on a life of its own. So, before you start the journey, before you start the venture, before you start the adventure, please define very, very clearly, unambiguously, the purpose. I mean, take a look at our kids, our children. As we go through school, we take several exams in order to move from one class to another, from one level to another. It's not every time that we pass those exams. Sometimes we fail. When we fail, do we abandon education? We don't. We dust ourselves. We take that exam again. Sometimes repeatedly until we scale through. Yes, we have seen people taking the same exam again and again 10 times. We have had stories of people taking JAMB 10 times until they succeed. And once they cross that Rubicon, success awaits them, celebration awaits them. Everything becomes easier because the times that they have failed has strengthened them, has emboldened them, has increased their tenacity to succeed. As a matter of fact, the more you fail and embrace failure, the less afraid you are of failure. So, irrespective of how many times you have failed, irrespective of how many times you have fallen, get up one more time. Number 2 reason why people fail is poor timing. There is a time and a season for everything under the sun. Why is timing so important? It is important because of preparation. It is important because of readiness. It takes time for everything to come to its own. So, when you venture out at the wrong time, when the environment is not ready for it, it may appear to have failed. Why? Because it probably is an idea or an endeavor ahead of its time. You must be able to know the time. You must be able to discern the season. So, timing is very important, and there is no stopping an idea whose time has come. No man is as powerful as the man whose time has come. Poor timing. Maybe it's not yet your own time. Maybe it's not yet a time for the idea. Or maybe events have even overtaken the idea itself. Poor timing. Not able to read the time. Poor time management. Leaving undone what should be done now to much later. No respect for time, poor timing. Inability to manage time and manage the times. So it's very, very important, because time itself is invaluable. We cannot quantify time in monetary terms. Though we refer to time as money, time is much more than money. We must be able to tell the time. We must be able to read the time. We must be able to write the time. We must be able to master the time. We must be able to predict the time. That's so important. Timing. All fruits on the tree cannot be ripe at the same time. Every opportunity cannot mature at the same time. Know the times. Read the times. Befriend the time. Write the time. Number 3 reason why people fail is inadequate resources. Inadequate resources. Every endeavor requires some resource input. Financial, physical, emotional, technical, social, etc. You need adequate resources, and you need to be able to quantify the resources that are required to succeed, and then some extra. You must make adequate provision for leakages, for wastages. No system is 100% perfect. Sometimes when we plan, we leave no room for margins of error. And it's inevitable. Errors will come. Under or overestimation will come. Usually we underestimate. We underestimate the challenges that we are going to meet. We underestimate the resistance even to our effort. And so our resources are inadequate, are so thin that the slightest challenge throws us off balance. The slightest delay evaporates our reserve. So that is why we also advocate starting small. Whatever endeavor you want to get into, start small. Think big. Think global, act local. Start small. When you start small, it ensures that your risks and your exposure are commensurately small, so that you have capacity to absorb unexpected, because the unexpected will happen. Having planned, and you have planned all, and you have taken care of everything, make provision for the unexpected, so that when the unexpected happens, you are prepared to take the shock. And that has happened to us severally on this our journey. We are into Ebony world now, the 6th year running. Very soon, we'll be into our 7th year. Have we had shocks? Yes. Have we had challenges? Yes. Have we met resistance? Yes. Have we met disappointments? Yes. Have we given up? No. Have we dried out? No. Are we short of resources? No. Because we have left enough reserve to help us to weather the storm. Because the storm will come, and it will come in various forms. It can be internal, it can be external. Do you have the resources to weather the storm? We plan as if 100% we are efficient. Even the best systems do not perform at 100%. So, you need to make provision for the resources, and having made the provision, you still make some more. You make provision, and then you make some more, to ensure that when the unexpected happens, it doesn't throw you off course. You can have a setback. Delay is not denial. Okay? Start small. Start within your resources, and you are likely to go far. Just stay there. Just stay there. Opportunities will come, and you can only take those opportunities if you are there. If you are not there, you can't take those opportunities anymore. That's the truth. And this is one of the reasons why a lot of businesses fail and fold up in their first 5 years of life. People underestimate the amount of resources that will be required to just weather the storms that will confront them as they embark on that entrepreneurial adventure. Then number 4 is weak strategy. Weak strategy. Not doing a thorough SWOT analysis. Not knowing your own strengths. Not knowing your own weaknesses and therefore making provisions for them. Not even understanding the opportunities and the threats in the environment, and therefore unable to develop long-term strategy. Many of us are so short-term in our planning. Therefore, we don't have the capacity to carry on beyond a certain time frame. Strategy is about teleological visioning, teleological thinking far, seeing way ahead. Many of us cannot see beyond the first few months of our businesses. We don't look at all. We can't even begin to grasp it. If you want to run a business and you want your business to stand the test of time, you must see into the future. You must develop a sixth sense that can predict the future and therefore prepare for that future. Not only prepare for that future, influence the future. Not just influence that future, create that future. Many of us cannot see any future. If you cannot see it, then every little problem that arises right now will overwhelm you. You always think it's the end of the road. It is the end of the road. It is the end of the road. And you are immobilized until your fear becomes your reality. A very weak strategy. As you venture out and you face all your risk, what is the worst possible outcome? What could happen that could be the worst thing that could ever happen to your business? Your strategy must see this and therefore develop plans immediately to mitigate and overcome them when and if they do arise. It is the only way. Otherwise, it's easy to blame third parties for the failure of our adventure. Understand that when your success comes, you are the one that will bask in the glory of your success. So when failure also comes, if you fail, don't expect to share it and pass it on to people. It's your game, it's your ball, it's your call. Weak strategy. You must develop a strategy for your suppliers, a strategy for your customers, a strategy for your staff, a strategy for operations, a strategy for capital. There must be strategy in place for every aspect of your business. And strategy is different from tactical deployments. Strategy is long-term view. You must have a long-term view. Where do you see your business? Many of us cannot see beyond, like I said, the first few months of our businesses. In fact, many cannot even see beyond the day. They run their businesses by the day and take it as it comes. As an entrepreneur, you cannot afford not to have a strategy. You can't even afford it. If you are hustling, it's okay. Every day you get up, you get something, you go back, you are okay. Every day you survive. But as an entrepreneur, you want to build a business empire, you must have a strategy in place. You must have strategic alliances. You must have strategic partners, people that you can fall back on. You must have mentors, strategic mentors on the journey as you go ahead. Because this prepares you for every stage of the journey. That's the truth. It's not everybody who started the journey with you that will finish with you. No. People will come in at various points and then get off at various points. You're lucky you have one or two who will be with you from the beginning to the very end and who can take over from you. What's your strategy? And many of us don't even have any succession plans anyway, so that when the initial promoter goes, the entire structure collapses. You want your business to endure. You want your business to transcend generations. You must have deep-rooted strategy. And we have said business is war. You must see it as such, and anything can happen. So if anything happens, are you ready? That's strategy. Then number 5, tactical errors. Tactical errors will arise when we are unable to marshal daily actions that are in line with our long-term strategy. On a daily basis, we have tactical movements, tactical deployments, because everything will not work out according to plan. You must be ready to negotiate around obstacles. You must be ready to give and then to take. You must be ready to know when to sit down. You must be ready to know when to run. You must be all in an effort to ensure that the long-term strategy is sustained. And Don't expect sympathy from people. Don't even solicit it. Don't solicit it. It's not sympathy you need. It is active support you need to ensure that tactical errors do not totally derail you from the overall strategic goal. Tactical errors. Errors of transactions, errors of negotiation, errors of implementation. This is different from strategy. Okay? However, it is this series of tactical maneuvers that really result in our ability to achieve the goals and objectives of our strategy. Then, number 6. Number 6. A wrong partner. That's why I told about strategic partnership just now. A wrong partner. When you go into business with the wrong partners, that adventure is doomed to fail from the beginning. Why? You cannot do a good deal with a bad person. If they are wrong, they are wrong. If they are bad, they are bad. There's nothing you can do about it. Don't hope to think that you can outsmart them. Partner with the right people. Many businesses have failed because of wrong partners. And what kind of partners are we talking about? We are talking about suppliers. We are talking about buyers. We are talking about venture capitalists. We are talking about employees, various stakeholders. When you associate with the wrong ones, just forget it. Everybody is on that ride for what they can take out of it. And everybody is watching the exit. Nobody is focused on the goals or the direction that you are going to. If you can find a partner who commits to your cause 100%, you are most favored. You are most favored. And you must be able to assess on your own loyalty and commitment of partners from time to time. Nothing destroys a business as fast as a partner who betrays the cause, because he knows the ins and outs of the business. He knows the secrets of the business. He knows the strengths and the weaknesses of the business. So where the loyalty of the partner is no longer there, you must have a means of assessing from time to time the continuous loyalty of the dramatic personnel of those inside your business, those associated with your business. It's the only way. Otherwise, you will be sleeping with an enemy. Otherwise, you'll be committing the welfare of your organization into the hands of an enemy. Otherwise, you'll be giving your best initiatives and give it to the hands of the ones that will betray you, the wrong partners. The wrong partners. How will you know who is a right and a wrong partner? There is no hard and fast rule about that. It is left for you to always put them to the test. Simple things. Timeliness of response. Sincerity of advice. Contributions. Availability. Results. So these are the ways you can ensure that you do not get trapped with the wrong people. And then number 7 or 8, number 7, environment and culture. The environment and culture. What is necessarily good in one place, it may not be applicable in another, especially when your business cut across so many communities, so many generations, the demography, and then cuts across so many boundaries. You must come, even though you are thinking global, you must begin to act local. You must understand the nuances of the environment in which your business is operating. You must know what gives and what they can accommodate. You just must understand all this. I mean, look at those, the breweries, for instance. The breweries are national businesses, but they appreciate that in certain regions, in certain areas, the selling of alcohol is not socially allowed, and therefore they make allowance for those. So they expect sales from certain region, and they don't expect sales from certain region, and therefore those regions they expect sales for alcohol. They develop other products for those markets. So you must understand, appreciate, and respect the culture of the environment in which you have found yourself. There are some, for instance, they observe traditional periods of lock-up where businesses are not allowed. You must make a provision for those. You must accommodate those things, and you must become a part of the culture. You cannot, if you stand out of it and you're like a sore thumb standing out, then you just set yourself up for target. So you must be able to be assimilated into the environment such that you are not unnecessarily conspicuous. Yes. Therefore, how you approach business in a neighborhood will depend on the neighborhood. So that's very, very important. Failure to adapt to the environment and the culture can lead to total, problem and eventual failure. So at this point, I want to slow down. I want to take questions. I want to take contributions. We have looked at about 4-5 factors that lead to failure. 1, lack of purpose or vision. Number 2, poor timing. Number 3, inadequate resources. Number 4, weak strategy. Number 5, tactical errors. Number 6, the wrong partners. And number 7, the environment and the culture. So at this juncture, I'll take feedbacks.